Over the Pacific Ocean, a single cloud appeared. It didn't move, it didn't fade. It pulsed like a living heart. Satellites that had been tracking weather patterns around the world for decades observed in real time as strange new patterns formed inside it. Circles, lines, symbols. Every hour, the cloud grew larger, its edges becoming more defined. People on the ground looked to the skies in awe and fear as the cloud reached down, touching the ocean with an oily black tentacle. When the first storm broke, the wind carried more than rain and hail. Each drop splattered into words on the ground. Different languages, but the same message. We are coming. What is this thing? How did it get here? Why is it here? Is this the beginning of the end? Governments went into overdrive, issuing dire warnings to their citizens, telling them to stay indoors, to stay away from windows, to not look up, but no one listened. They stood in the pouring rain, watching as the cloud grew, inching closer to the major cities on the west coast of the Americas. Days passed. The sky was perpetually dark. People's skin grew pale. The cloud approached New York City. The words on the ground changed. Still, we are coming. The face of the cloud shifted. Now it was a grotesque mask, grinning down at the people. Some fell to their knees and wept. Others screamed into the void. A few stood defiant, hands on hips, daring the sky to do its worst. It reached out again, this time with a finger. It jabbed into the city, sending a shockwave of wind and water through the streets. People huddled in their homes, praying that whatever was up there would pass them by, that it wasn't looking for them, that they wouldn't be chosen. The next morning, the sun rose over a devastated landscape. Buildings were leveled, bridges collapsed, roads buckled. People emerged from their homes to find their world irrevocably altered. They looked to the sky, searching for answers, for guidance, but the cloud was gone. The only evidence of its existence, the oily black residue left behind on the pavement and the words that now covered the ground. Scientists who had been monitoring the cloud day and night finally found a way to analyze its composition without going out into the dangerous, irradiated environment outside. What they found shocked them. The cloud wasn't made of water or ice crystals or even hail. It was composed of billions of tiny machines, all working in unison, all moving towards the same goal. But where did it come from? Did it have a purpose? Would it return? No one knew the answer to those questions. But one thing was clear from the remnants of the cloud still visible on the ground. On the buildings, on the trees, the cloud hadn't just been a harbinger of destruction, it had been a messenger. Deep within the cloud, shielded from the prying eyes of satellites and humans alike, a single figure stirred. He had been sleeping, waiting for the perfect moment to strike, and now that the seed had been planted, he could finally rest. The earth rumbled beneath him. It was ready. On a remote Pacific island, a research facility hummed with activity. Scientists and technicians worked around the clock to decode the messages coming from the cloud. They had never seen anything like it. There was no way it could be natural. This was something artificial, something intelligent. Then it hit them. The cloud wasn't a harbinger of the end, it was the beginning. The cloud wasn't a messenger, it was a scout. It had come to see if the planet was ready, if it was fertile. And the answer they had found, carved into the side of a mountain by a massive claw, was yes. The Earth was ready. He had waited so long for this moment, so patient, so precise. His kind would return, drawn to the scent of decay and death that now permeated the atmosphere. Soon, very soon, they would all be home. As the last of the cloud receded from view, the sky cleared, revealing a bright blue expanse dotted with fluffy white clouds. The sun shone, warm and inviting. Birds sang in the trees. The flowers bloomed. Spring had sprung. All was right with the world. Nothing in the sky, nothing in the air, nothing on the ground disturbed the peace. The world was beautiful. It was perfect. It was ready.